me for 2 minutes?
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why.
Look what she says here. Did he really just say on camera, I don't care what you want? I'm going to force myself on you anyway? Yep, he did, and so does Mr. Perry. For 13 years, he's rejected. For 13 years, he's told on and told on and told on. Cause and effect, same, different, before and after. Can't get it. He can't understand that. Literally can't. Mr. Perry has been diagnosed with Huntington's disease, causes paranoia, hallucinations, delusion, and psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. So I don't know what's wrong with the rest of you guys that work for him, but you're just as pathetic. I mean, 10 years past a good time for a butterfly net. Our shrink predicted, or not, she didn't predict, she kind of diagnosed based on what we were seeing you guys do. She said, I'm seeing a man who displays symptoms of severe mental illness and severe mental retardation because nothing has come from what he does except he pisses everybody off. And he gets told on, and we get all kinds of inside intel, stuff nobody else has. So who does that for 10 years every day? You know, when we get results we don't like, we make an adjustment immediately and change what we're doing so that we begin to get the results we want. What we want is information to get a conviction, an arrest and a conviction of all of you at the same time. Nobody gets a deal. There was a time where he would have been willing to make a deal. That time has passed. He might ask for mercy if you give it back and get out like he told you to, but there's no guarantees you would get it. Whatever deals were that were going to be made they're done. They're made. They were made a long time ago. You guys keep doing the same illegal shit every fucking day. You guys continue to piss everybody off. Everybody gets sicker and sicker of you. You make everybody feel disturbed and creeped out and upset and nauseous. You're not good for the digestive system of anybody. You're stressing people out. You're causing problems. And so we found out this morning, again, you're talking about taking my car. How can we get the title away from her? We asked this ex-person, I'm not going to say who, I know who it was, to get it from her. And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. That's mean. You don't think that's the general sentiment why we can get information and you can't? You've called all over the place looking for my guys, wanting to talk to them, wanting to bribe them. You've talked to them face to face, but you didn't know who you were talking to. All of you have. You've talked to more than one face to face. They were undercover. You didn't know that's who you were talking to. As good as I am at a sting op, they're better, much better. So imagine how that went down. So there's times when I do a sting op, and unless I tell you what I did, you don't know. You're not going to know. Somebody said that. I've heard her do sting ops. There's two of them at least that I can point to. Her questioning or her depo with the Florida State's attorney and Gene Mitchell on Mike's depo, and her conversation with a cop. Tulsa police officer pulled over and gave her a ticket. He was told to, and we know that. We've got thousands of emails about it and recordings about it before you did it. So we already know the answer to that. I mean, I got pulled over like, what, 7 times in a week? You had Calvin, are you the one that does that, calls those in? So, or is it Lucius? Does Lucius call those in? Or is it David? Or is it all three of you? Or is it Charles? You know, I think it's different, isn't it, sometimes? But you have a little meeting, and then you call in your pullover, and then I get pulled over, and then I get, you know, officer, I'm a victim of domestic violence. Okay, cool. Let me go write your ticket. Okay, well, I'll see you in court. So I sting up the guy, and he had no idea. And what we heard that was said about that is, if you listen to what she's saying in both her conversation with Mr. Myers, who's a Florida State's attorney, and the cop, these aren't stupid people. These are smart people. So imagine how much better she can do if somebody who's stupid, you know, some schmuck they sent into a strip club. So, you know, 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up, not even accidentally. Why would I help you on purpose if I went 6 years and not even an accidental slip up, Mr. Perry? So He said, you can even be listening as a third party, and you don't know what she's doing until she explains it, and then it makes perfect sense, and you're like, oh shit. So that's all I'm going to say. As good as I am, they're better. They didn't offer you a bribe, did they? They didn't tell you who they were, so that you could go, hey, I'll buy a lie. If you'll fire her, if you'll throw her under the bus, we'll give you millions. We'll make your, right? They can get a lot more done if you don't know who the fuck they are. A whole lot more. That's why it's a need to know. There's a reason it is set up like it's set up. But they don't, if they're doing something that does not get the results they want, we change it. We look at what went wrong, and we change things up. You don't do that. You do the same thing every day that gets you told on. And you say you don't like that, but we don't believe you anymore. Because nobody does the same thing every day for this long, a decade, if you're not getting exactly the results you want. Mr. Perry types in my phone, I can't wait to see you. I'm excited to see you. Wow, you're not going to see me. You already watch me in the privacy of my home. It's disgusting. You're a turnoff. Power guys are not doing that. Power guys are out working. They have a schedule. They have activities. They're busy. You're a slave to your desires. You can't control yourself. You live in a pretend land that's not real. It's only real to you. It's all in your head. It's not real to me at all. So he's excited to see me. What's he think he's going to do that he would see me? It's not going to be like he thinks. I've said that. You get anywhere near me, I will beat the fuck out of you. There's not going to be a wedding. There's not going to be even a date. You're not a friend. I'm not in love with you. You repulse even prisoners, Mr. Perry. So you sure as shit repulse me. And you know that. It has been 13 years. You're rejected every fucking day. Everybody's very sick of your creepster problem, your invasion of privacy, your cruelty. Normal people don't like that. That's why it's a crime to do it. Crime was second on the list of things that people want stopped, just under economy, in the midterm vote elections. I don't know why you thought they would like your crime. It's everybody else's crime is not tolerated, but yours is. There you go with the Huntington's disease right there. Because that is zero logic. That's just absolute stupid. So yeah, they do say that. Brooke Shields in her new special said, silly me, I thought no, one time should be enough. Right? How many times does she say leave me alone? She says leave me alone, leave me alone. He fails to respond like he understands her. And instead comments on her clothes. Nobody asked you about her clothes. Nobody asked you what you think. You were told leave her alone. Look at that.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
So, Mr. Perry still asks me who it is helping me. Every fucking day. Every fucking day, I have to repeat myself over and over and over and over. I'm not told who the leaks are. We all want you gone, even if I knew I would not help you. The guy's helping me is 6 years in a strip club, not even one accidental slip up, so I sure as shit am not going to help you on purpose. You want their phone call? He made it very clear. Until you act like you understand what he said, respect me, respect the law. I'm not to have my privacy invaded anymore. You are not to make me broke anymore. You are to get your hands out of my wallet. I'm not to be broke anymore. Period. And you're not to contact me or my family again in any form, Mr. Perry. All of you. You guys all sit around and we're going to subjugate her. We're going to make sure she don't make no money. We're going to make sure we get that call from her so she'll subjugate. And she'll lie. And she'll do what we say. Okay. Duly noted for the record that you said that. Right? And how do I know before you do it? Huh? You got a date, Mr. Perry? Not a real one. You'll never get a date. I'm excited to see you. What in the fuck planet are you on? You're not going to see me, and it will not be like you. You're going to lock me up like you told everybody at Lady Godiva's. And you told Fabian, I'm going to lock her up until she decides she likes me. It's a crime to do that, dumbass. It's coercion. Why are we getting all this information? See, I can say this and he won't understand a fucking thing I say. Our shrink went through all of his emails, and she goes, his responses are 3 words, 5 words in one sentence, and there's about 2-3 sentences, and we haven't done that since 1st grade. He has no fucking idea what was said in the email to him. He's just doing the best he can. He doesn't know what they said. He doesn't know. And I'm like, his conduct is so fucking embarrassing. Why isn't he embarrassed? It embarrasses the hell out of me. His friends that you guys have gotten, they're embarrassed by him. Everybody's embarrassed by him. And he's not. Why is that? And she said, I told you, he's mentally ill, severely, and mentally retarded, severely. He doesn't know he should be. He doesn't know. I guess that was indicative of the comments he went around telling everybody, I like to watch women in pain. That's the hate crime. He hates women. He's a misogynist and a sadist. I like to watch women in pain. I go to the maternity ward in hospitals when I'm traveling and then go in the bathroom and jack off. Like, he thought that was cool, and everybody else was gonna, about to throw up. And no, he doesn't have any filters. So, for the rest of your little partners, they God only knows what you told the cops you talked to that you didn't know were cops. No filters. Who knows what crime you confessed to or names you gave up? I mean, we have names. We have a lot of names. We have Lucius. We have Calvin. Maybe Charles gave those names out. We have Beverly. We have Kate. We have Blankenship, Desiree, Sanjay, Geppetto, Andrew, James, Ruben, Jeremy, Brian, Beverly. Did I say Beverly already? We have, shit. There was another one. Lawrence. So, I mean, we got those names from somewhere. Our guys did. Every time you cause me to lose something, even an eyelash, if I lose even an eyelash because of you guys, we get it. We get the information. Right? So you're talking this morning, we asked XYZ person if they could get her, get my title and offer to hold it for me so nobody would steal it or something. And only they're going to give it to you. And they were like, no, I'm not doing that. It's mean. I mean, you want my title, you want my car, you guys are recorded pretty much every day talking about getting my car. Mechanical problems, stealing it. We got to making a wreck happen. So now people suspect you of, like your fourth or 5th attempt to kill me, murder. It would be murder in the 1st degree. You planned it. Let me know when she gets on the highway, and I'll clip the front end of her car off, which would probably cause it to flip and roll and kill me. Yeah, Mr. Perry, you're excited to see me? Really? You shitting me with that? See, it's very frustrating to deal with somebody like you. You just fucking no idea what was said. Not a fucking quote.
I don't stop you.
It's like this guy. She's telling him, how does this make you feel to have a camera in your face, somebody taking pictures of you? And he's a stalker. Oh, I got pictures of you. You want to see them? The pictures of you? You want me to go get them? I'm going to get you. And you're like, oh my God. You totally didn't understand what she was trying to say. Mr. Perry's worse. Much, 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 much worse. It's a waste of time to talk to him. So our guys are like, he acts like he can't understand us. We're busy. We got intel ops to run. We're very, very busy people. He needs to try that sometime. Get busy. And stop sitting on his fat, lazy ass perverting around making trouble. It's not serving even him. He plays with his little dolly. His little blow-up doll. Do you feel pretty in that dress you wear, Mr. Perry? I mean, I don't date men that play with dolls. I just don't. I don't date peeping toms. I don't date guys that can't respect boundaries. I don't date guys unless they make sure I don't miss a meal. You've done everything opposite of what I like. You absolutely repulse even prisoners, sir. There's never going to be a date. You don't get excited to see me. It's not going to go like you think. Stop forcing yourself on me. You're making everybody sick at their stomach. All of you are. All of you are. What have you gotten for 13 years every day when you go at me with your crime? Told on and caught and told on. How many times before you did it to me? How many times after? Can any of you still count? Can any of you still count? Because we're all sitting around going, there's no logic in what they're doing. It's not even benefiting them. There's absolutely no logic at all. Our judge today signed off on another order, and he's irritated at Judge Parker and Tulsa police. And what he said is, I'm going to say right now that I would admonish any law enforcement, any prosecutor, and any judge to make sure they're not factually ignorant. This court is not factually ignorant. That led to the discovery of Judge Parker and her factual ignorance. So it's well advised they make sure they get all the facts before they do anything at all. Because we have it here in this court. This court found out and discovered what is going on in Judge Parker's court because we're not factually ignorant. So that's all I have to say about that. Y'all didn't think of that before? If there's another court that's kind of overseeing the investigation into Mr. Perry and Lucius and Calvin and Geppetto and David Roberson and Matthew Powell and Josh Burson and Joe Chadwick and all those guys, sex traffickers, child pornographers, allegedly. You didn't think that maybe he would, and I'm talking about Judge Parker and Judge Kirkendall. It didn't occur to you that maybe he had that information because he's seeking out all the facts to make sure he's not factually ignorant? And that might be the criticism as to Parker's factual ignorance. Yeah, because we can get information and you can't. Name one of my guys' quote one meeting. We quoted you this morning. I just named a lot of people. Not all of them, but a lot of your people. I named, Brian and Jeremy. We just got those two last week. Or week before. Didn't we? Aren't those kind of new? Because you caused me to lose something else? Yeah, every time you cause me to lose something, you get caught. It pisses a lot of people off. People rant when they're mad. Did you know that? They'll go to somebody that's going to make it stop. Did you know that? So you got both leaks and wiretap orders. Or, they're not exactly, they're not all exactly. Some type of investigatory order. And you act like you fucking don't know what the hell that means when I quote you every day. And I'm naming your name. This morning, we wanted to get this person to get her title from her. And, he said, no, that's mean. I'm not going to do that. That's how everybody else sees y'all. That's mean. I don't like it. That's mean. I don't like that. That's mean. Why can't he just leave Ms. Ortiz and her family alone? Why is he mean? And you have no idea what that means to you. How many men, Charles, have formed an imaginary romance with me or some type of imaginary relationship with me because you have facilitated their ability to sit around all day and watch me in the privacy of my home? And they think I owe them something. What do I owe them? They're using my body against my will for their pretend love life or their pretend world or whatever the fuck it is they're getting out of it. And I don't know who the fuck they are. Nor do I care. I've never met these people that I know of. I don't know them. They're not my friends. These are people that you have, made everybody else disgusted with, sir. So don't sit there and go, I'm excited to see you. It will not go like you want. You will not see me. Do you understand? It's not going to happen. It's been 13 years. You're just rejected and told on and told on. And told on, and told on, because everybody is sick and tired of you, Mr. Perry. Sick of you. Sick of the imposition, sick of the burden, sick of the problems, sick of the suffering, sick of the loss. And so we can get information like that, and you can't get it. You can't name one guy in 13 years. You can't quote one meeting in 13 years. I'm quoting you this morning. This morning. You think, if we take her car, then she'll subjugate. If we take her car, then she'll call us and subjugate. We can force her to tell us who these guys are. Is that what you said, Calvin? Are you the one that said that? I mean, nobody owes you an answer, Calvin. You were told to leave me the fuck alone. He said our privacy is not to be invaded. Do not contact her or her family at all. Don't contact them. Don't contact me. I fucking hate it. Do not contact me. I don't like it. Don't fucking contact me. I don't want to hear it. We're all sick of hearing it. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing it. Charles, I'm tired of you. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody's tired of this. Everybody's tired of you. Why can't you get that? Why can't you get that? Sick of you. It's always something, a big problem, a big loss. And everybody hates you more and more and more for doing that to me. You're not getting a date. You fuck. You've been rejected for 13 years. You're not getting a date. You fuck. If you don't get excited to see me, I'll beat the hell out of you. You get anywhere near me. You want to lock me up until you coerce me into something I don't want to do? Yeah, okay, duly noted for the record. You said that everywhere you've said that for years. When I was working at Lady Godiva's years ago, those girls were uncomfortable with that. Everybody's uncomfortable with that. It's sick. It's twisted. It's sadistic. It's criminal. And you know that. So you didn't get your lie. You didn't get a cover-up. Nobody will call you back. You can't get information. And you sure as shit don't have a real love life. It's not real to me. It is all in your head. You embarrass everybody. You look stupid. You look like a fool. You look ridiculous. You look incompetent. Because everybody gets rejected. Everybody else just moves on. You don't have any power. You're a slave to your desires. You're pathetic and impotent. And you're boring. So again, I'm rejecting you again. One time should have been enough. One time.
This make you feel? Please, I can't.
Leave
me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Here's the thing. Power guys are busy, Mr. Perry. They don't have time to sit around and bother other people. Ask Ted Cruz. The guy's busy, and he's got a hell of a lot more power than you'll ever have. Our guys are busy. They got a hell of a lot more power than you'll ever have. They can... I guess somebody complimented us. Cynthia and these guys can deliver the goods. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at results. That's what we look at. I'm looking at the results of 13 years. And 13 years every day she's delivering goods. Well, you sit on your ass and do nothing but provoke and piss off. And bother and disturb. Day after day after day after day.
Why doesn't she like me? Why doesn't she like me? How come she doesn't like me?
Everybody's like, oh my God, wow. You're shitting us with that question, right? I mean, golly. It's not even dignifying that with an answer. I'm not even fucking dignifying that with an answer. You don't deserve one.
Live here anymore because you...
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to...
So this is what he does. He'll jam shit up. I'm trying to do homework. Twice now well, one time this week, I couldn't get an assignment turned in because he jammed up my computer. So I didn't do the assignment wrong. There's like a whole bunch of these guys that sit around and have a meeting trying to figure out how to make me fail, one woman. They're that incompetent. All these men have a big meeting to figure out how to make one woman fail. So what they did this week is I didn't get my homework done wrong. I couldn't turn it in at all. So they've done that before. I had a 3.9 GPA, and they started doing that. So now it's 3.59. And everything they can do to make me fail, which means I'm successful, or they wouldn't bother. It also shows guilt, because they wouldn't react the way they're acting if they weren't guilty. It's called act showing consciousness of guilt. It's admissible under Rule 404, right? Right, Mr. Perry? Do you know all that? Does your attorney know that? Surely your attorney knows that. It's in one of my law books that I studied when you guys ran off all the customers at Sensations and I had nothing to do. So I sat there and read and studied the law. It's in the same textbooks they use at Tulsa University in their law school. You know how I know? I went into their bookstore to see what they had. What books are they using? And I didn't buy any there, but I got the same book for about half the price on Amazon. So I studied that when you guys tried to, get in my wallet and ran off all the customers. I learned that. Act showing consciousness of guilt can be used in a court of law against you in a criminal case. So if you weren't guilty of a lot of the things that we're saying you're guilty of, you wouldn't do it, attack me, have a meeting with like 20, 30 men trying to figure out how to make one woman fail. Because you can't get a date. It's pathetic.
How does this make you feel? You're filming my father and my mom.
You do not have the right to invade my privacy. I do have the legal right and the moral right to my privacy. Where is Jacqueline, your wife, when you do that? When you're a sex pervert, when you're perverting around, huh? Your kind gets beat the fuck up in jail. Just want you to know that.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men.
All right, so we got this thing today about the car meeting and Brooke Shields' quote. Silly me, I thought one time should be enough. It should be. So you don't have my consent to invade my privacy. You don't have the legal right to do that either. You're just a rapist. And you're rejected. And you're a failure. And you can't keep up with a normal, civilized society. You can't do it. And you can't understand a fucking thing I'm saying either, can you? Nope. Not a clue. This right here, Mr. Perry, is your prostitution thing, huh? He comes in and says, your husband sent me. I'm not married. Yeah, you are. No, I'm fucking not married. You got the wrong girl. Which one? What's she look like? The one? I'm not married. Oh no, the senator from Texas sent me. I go, well, he's not my husband. He's a stalker. He's a rejected failure. Too stupid to figure out how to be like everybody else and move on. He's just stupid. He's a diagnosed mentally retarded man. Can't figure it out. So, Huntington's disease, impaired cognitive reasoning. So we're arguing here. While we're arguing, I flip on my recorder. And at that point, somebody who's claiming to be my husband, whack job, nutbag, offers me $5,000 for a night of sex, which I still said, ew, no. Absolutely not. Yuck. You got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of fucking nerve. So we recorded him. That's a disgusting thing to do, Mr. Perry. And I said no. It should only take once. Act like you understand what people say to you. Yeah, because it's becoming a problem. This is Mr. Perry's erotomania problem. He's got diagnosed Huntington's disease. We found that out because every minute he invades my privacy, every day I'm broke, every day Mike's in jail, every day he contacts me after I told him not to, we get more and more. We found out about Judge Parker. See, the other person that gets upset is the judge at granting investigatory orders, Mr. Perry. So he said today, we're doing some fact seeking in this court, which led to the discovery of Judge Parker's court, who's factually ignorant. And the reason we know she's factually ignorant is because we're seeking facts, and she's not. So that led to the discovery of that. It didn't occur to you that by yourself? You guys didn't figure that out by yourselves? We've said it. We've said it more than once. I think that he said that in response to my comments. We said, well, the guys actually said it it's been some time ago. Look at this right here. This is from the book Sexual Homicide. These are all the sick, twisted things sex murderers do. Like the BTK types, sex dysfunction, sadism, voyeurism. Yeah, they got problems before. Fetishes, bestiality, sexual contact with animals. Sometimes that's pornography, child pornography. Sometimes and I'm trying to talk about crime causation, so forgive my vulgarity, but this is part of it, or sex trafficking, is with the dogs. You know, I had a friend that said his neighbor, he had to call the cops. He said, my neighbor kept letting my dog call him over to the fence and let him, lick his junk. No, I'm like, oh my God, that's so nasty. But some of these people are sick and twisted. Mr. Perry, voyeurism is sick and twisted. There's no difference to me. It's rape. You don't have my consent to watch me in my house. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. No one does. Everybody's really tired of hearing it. Everybody's very tired of the repeat. To need to repeat things for you over and over, and it's still not clicking for you. I said no. Go away. Go the fuck away. And every day that you don't, we get more information from inside your crime. Imagine the buildup we have at this point. Imagine the buildup of it. So the judge that gives the order so that we can get all that, so that we can make arrests and get convictions, and you're gone, finally. The nightmare's over. I don't have to deal with your bullshit anymore. That's what I want. I'm not going to help you. You are off your nut if you think I would ever help you. I want you gone. We all want for you to be gone. We're sick of this. I want for you to be gone. We all want for you to be gone. I want for you to be gone. Out of my life. No more. So I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. There are results of what you do every day, all day long. Those results are you become more of a turnoff. You become more of a menace. You get weirder by the day. You get kookier by the day. You make everybody more angry by the day. So we have more and more come to us because we're going to stop it. You're not wanted. Don't contact me. I fucking hate it. Every time you do, we get more. You don't get a date. I'm not in love with you. You make my skin crawl. You're by yourself. You're all alone. You look like a fool. You embarrass the shit out of everybody. Absolutely embarrass the fuck out of everybody else. Because you're a weirdo. I mean, you're really, really weirdo. So embarrassing. And I'm asking our doctor, why is he not embarrassed? We're all about to die. Golly, he's weirdo. Oh, he doesn't know he should be. I told you he's mentally retarded. Sure as shit, the Huntington's disease comes to light after that. Because when you contact me, we get more. When you cause me a loss, we get more. You cause me problems, we find out more. And it's that way every day for 13 years. Stupid, can't figure that out yet. Cause and effect, same and different before and after. We get it before you do it, not after. I'm not going to work tonight. Go ahead and call Sheriff Reed and Sheriff Walton and tell them I'm not coming. You're keeping me away again. You're a threat again. Tell them. Quit having them go watch for her. Here she comes. We're going to call you when she comes out there, and y'all need to go grab her off that stage and intimidate the shit out of the other girls using her as an example because we went into a court and lied. Got another one. Did you get another one? Yeah, we'll call them. I'm not going. You do what you do. So, here's the disclaimer. Right? You know, we don't call locals. You notice that? Why don't you call the cops in? We start laughing. Yeah, right. Okay. They've been so helpful and all. Chief Miller was, and he ended up dead. So I'm not going to have to deal with one of your corrupt guys that are on your payroll. One of your bitches. Sheriff Rowan, he's my bitch. I'm not fucking doing that. I don't need it. I don't need locals. I never have. Locals didn't get me the McNamara email. They didn't tell me you trying to take my car title. Sneak it away from me. They didn't help me with that. Some other cops did. The judge that said we're on a fact-seeking thing here. We want facts. I want all the facts. I don't want part of the facts. I don't want something blowing up in our face later. In my face, anyway. My name is on my work. I don't want something blowing up in my face later. Make sure you get it right. Get all the facts and get it right. If you find that you've made a mistake, make sure you let me know immediately. Because my name's on this. My reputation. I'm not going to mess it up. And look like these people from Lubbock that don't give a crap about the truth. Or fact. They like living in Fictionville. I'm not going to look. My name's on this. And I happen to think highly of my own reputation. So, because we do fact-finding, and we're not going to be factually ignorant, the discovery came about Judge Parker's court and her factual ignorance. And Mr. Perry's Huntington's disease, and how very delusional he really is. And mentally impaired he really is. So, when we quote you, you asked for it. Right, Lucius? Right, Calvin? Right, Sonjay? So his quote is somewhere down here. Here it is. It would be a shame if law enforcement, judges, and prosecutors in the other jurisdictions make themselves factually ignorant, especially in light of the fact that this court is not. Right? He is aware of the proceedings in Judge Parker's court, and she is not privy to the proceedings as his. He's aware of her proceedings because he's making sure he has all the facts. Well, she sits there and she's lazy. Okay, so, I mean, that's just lazy. Mr. Perry, you can poke and peep and bother and click and bang and bother and harass and type in my phone. I'm excited to see you. I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck? That does, wow, okay. Yeah, Twilight Zone, here we are. This guy asked me this morning if the Roswell aliens were getting me messages through my Bible. The Roswell aliens are getting me messages on the title conversation they had this morning through my Bible. Can you believe that? That's the wacky jacky we're having to deal with here. First of all, there's no such thing as Roswell aliens, Mr. Perry. Everyone knows I don't believe aliens exist, much less that they landed in Roswell. But a lot of people think they did, so they go spend a lot of money in that town. That's great. Perfect. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe they exist. I don't believe in shapeshifters either. I think you're just nutbag as it gets. So, but you guys have told everybody it's Roswell aliens and shapeshifters helping us because you don't want to admit there are cops. They won't call you back. You're not used to that, are you? You're not used to that, are you? Where they just won't call you back. Mr. Perry, one guy, one of our guys, He goes, listen to this recording. This guy's all up in arms. He didn't know what to do. And the guy says, he's all worried and kind of panicky a little bit. We got a senator out of Texas that's running a sex trafficking business and a sex exploitation business. And he's got one of his victims in Tulsa. And she keeps catching him doing shit. So apparently she's working with some law enforcement that have been investigating him. And she keeps finding out what he's trying to do to her. So what happened is we have called around. He's called around trying to go over her head and get her fired. And nobody will call him back. We don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. And everybody can fill in those blanks however the fuck they want. My guy said, I don't waste my time talking to someone who can't understand me. My time, I'm busy running intel ops to keep Cynthia's my first priority and her safety and her well-being. That's all that matters. Right now, that's all that matters. She's a target, and it's also a gold mine of evidence against these people. This stuff, since she's able to handle it, since she's able to do what she can do, it is a fucking gold mine of evidence. What's going on here in Tulsa? It is unbelievable. I couldn't be happier. If she's willing to help us this way, I could not be happier. But I don't waste my time talking to a fucktard who can't get what I just said. I don't have time. I'm very professional. I'm very busy. I don't have time. He's going to get on the phone and try to bribe me, and I'm not taking his bribe. What I said is, her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family ever again. Not in any form, not directly or indirectly. You stay the fuck away from them, all of them. And she's not to be broke again, ever. And if you can't understand those words and respond appropriately, you're not going to get a phone. You're not getting me on the phone. I don't have time. My time is spent very productively getting intel to put you in jail so you can't hurt people anymore. That's the goal. Nobody's gotten closer to that goal than we have. This is a gold mine right here, what he's doing. And he's stupid and doesn't even get that. Yeah. And this thing that the judge said was, I think I said, there's going to be another court where all this comes out. So if you're a judge or a DA or a cop, you better make sure you know everything that we know. And that conversation was discussed again today, which is what he said. Well, I would admonish anyone in law enforcement I would admonish anyone in law enforcement or a judge or a DA to make sure they're not factually ignorant, because this court's not. In fact, we found out about her court. Her court was discovered because we're making sure we have all the facts and not factually ignorant. My name's on this, and I value my reputation. I'm not going to be incompetent. It's sloppy. And Judge Parker would do well to make sure she sees this the same way. I'm not very appreciative of people that pick on women and kids or facilitate that. Crimes against women and kids. I don't think that's cute. So, our guys aren't calling you. They don't call you back. You're not used to that, are you? I'm an important guy, sitting here in my dress, watching women in the privacy of their home with my doll. Everybody better respect me, damn it. I'm a God-fearing sex weirdo. I go to church every Sunday before I go home and watch my child porn. God-fearing sex weirdo, right? Is that how you see yourself? Yep, that's not how everybody else sees it. So, we got the disclaimer done. I'll make sure it's done twice. Use allegedly. That's making people mad, Mark, that I have to say that. Because here's the thing. It's a little hard to say that I was wrong when your client continues to do what I said he was going to do. They were just recorded talking about getting my car again. And then you get my car. My car's been hit like 5 times in 3 years. Since the first time they recorded you talking about it. I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures out it ain't legal. Because I can. I got power. I'm a God-fearing sex weirdo. Whatever. I'll go to church every Sunday before I go home and watch child porn. Yeehaw. And everybody else is going, ugh, ugh, gagging. Ew. What a sick little fuck. So, not good for the digestive system, Mr. Perry. You guys make everybody want to vomit. Okay, so we got all that covered. And your little... we got to get our title from her. We got to kind of sneak it away or trick it out of her hands and all this shit you guys do all the time. This is it right here. On Perry's delusion. Oh, I'm telling. Yep. Factual ignorance. Oh, and then Perry types in my phone.
I'm here. I can see you. I'm watching you. I'm here. I like looking. I'm here. I see you. Is it El Paso PD? Is it the alien send you message in your Bible? Is it? I'm excited to see you.
And I was just like, oh my God. I'm not glad you're here. Fuck the hell off. Here we go again. Another day of bullshit I got to deal with again. So the good news is, he said it's a gold mine of evidence to indict and convict and get restitution for the victims because of what you're doing to me here. So I'm not going to work. You made it dangerous. So that's more money I'm going to lose tonight. So call Sheriff Reed and call Sheriff Walton, and she's not coming. I'm not going. I have other shit to do tonight. And I'm fine. I'm not great on money, but I'm okay. So, I mean, I have bills I need to pay, but nothing that can't wait a day or two. So I don't see a reason to put myself in danger to go to a club where you can have what? Is that what he's going to do? Did you call Sheriff Reed and ask him to do what we've been hearing about for so long? You can't really say I'm crazy if you keep doing what we say. And I say it before, not after. Kind of like the McNamara email, right? Do you have a Fabian puzzle? Do you have anything like that? You're depicted as just a wannabe, never the one wanted. Just a butt-in. Just a source of fear and sadness. And nobody likes feeling fear and sadness. You're not good for the digestive system. You make everybody want to barf. And everybody got a sick stomach. It's your weirdo. You are weirdo. I mean, I've never seen anybody as weird as you. And I lived in Vegas. And there's all kinds of weird in Vegas. And you're just, you are weirdo. And stupid as a bag of hammers. So we have this right here. That we have had to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And you get up every day and you have your little meeting and try to figure out how to make me fail. Try to figure out how to get my car. Try to force me and coerce and force and coerce and force and coerce. Make me do something I don't want to do. And use me to intimidate your other victims. You got about 3 or 4 of them working out at Sensations, and we know that. We know who they are. We're sitting there watching the stage money. And I'm watching, for 5 weeks I watched them. Right, David? I'm looking at what kind of cars they're driving, and we're talking a little bit about what their apartments look like. We're watching them on stage, and all of a sudden there's this thing happen that I've not seen before anywhere I work. And I work with girls that are coming in top 10 in the national pole competitions. I've seen them on the stage in a strip club, and they make good money on the stage. These girls were making $1,000 to $5,000 a night. And those girls that are top dancers in the country, not even close to that. Not even fucking close to that. So I'm watching this, different guy. I'm start paying attention. Is it the same guys or different guys? If it's the same guy, then it might be their regular. If it's a different guy every night, all the time, this is different. This is not a regular. It's different people all the time. Okay, what they sell? What is she selling for David? Is it drugs tonight or is it prostitution? And the money's immediately laundered, isn't it, David and Charles? And that you don't like it that we caught that, do you? So you want me to go back out there and you want to use the cops to try to punish me for telling on you, right? Is that what you did? You call Reed and you call Walton and you told them you're going to have Parker write up an order for you to punish me for telling on you? And then use me to intimidate the girls you think are leaking? Is that what you... either you did what I'm saying or you didn't. Either you're doing what I'm saying or you're not. It's that simple. You go into court, and you deny. Well, like I said, that'll prove out in what you do. That'll prove out a whole lot of recordings in what you do. Alright? But I'll tell you one thing. The more you do it to me, it's a fucking gold mine, David. How many times were you told on before you did this shit to me? And how many after? Any of you other victims get this much information before? Not after? You do it? I'm not arrested now. Right? I'm not in jail right now, am I? How many times have you guys said that she was supposed to be in jail and not able to talk about what we're doing illegally? How many recordings do they have of y'all saying that? We went into court and lied to try to get another false arrest. Right? Because you fucked up the first one, didn't you? And then you went into Lady Godiva's and told everybody in there, y'all try to make her like me. And if she won't like me, find a way to arrest her. We're going to throw her in jail until she does. And I get pulled into the bathroom by one of them. What in the fuck is this? This is not about a date. What is really going on here? Because I'm not even out of high school. I mean, I never graduated high school. My parents were on meth. I had to start working so that we could eat. They're too busy doing meth. And even I know this is not about a date. This is not how you get a date. What happened to dinner and a movie? Phone call. I get Snapchatted. These guys Snapchat me. Hey, want to hang out? And then we go hang out. So what is this where these guys, a bunch of old wealthy fart, we can't perform in the bedroom anymore. Freaky Jason, creepsters come into a strip club and tell all the girls in there, have a little meeting. We want you to make her like him. Nope, that's not my responsibility. You make her like you. And there's this other guy she actually likes. Make sure she can't talk about him. Fabian. We're not allowed to talk to you about Fabian. That's the guy you need right there. He's fighting for you with them. That guy's got some balls to fight with them for you. And it's so bad, we are not allowed to talk to you about him. Yeah, okay. And what else did they say? Well, they shit themselves when Fabian's name comes up. I've never seen a bunch of old wealthy guys shit themselves like they did when his name comes up. So they know that that's the person that's probably better for you and the one you care about. And not this little twerp from Lubbock. Can't get a date the normal way. And he's weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. Gives me the creeps. So they told us to try to find a way to put you in jail. And then you'll have to sit in jail until you decide you like him. And I'm not going to help him with that. I'm telling you now. I want to know what the hell this is really about. It's not about a date. And I said, I can't tell you right now, but I'll have somebody get in touch with you. She didn't like that. She did not like that at all. She wanted me to tell her right then, right there. It made her very uncomfortable. And I kept apologizing. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's very complicated, and I can't tell you. I can't tell you. But somebody will be in touch. And so one of our guys got in touch with her. And a couple of other girls that worked there got all kinds of intel. Make sure she's safe. Make sure she's very safe. So I'm not even sure she lives in Tulsa anymore. Maybe not. I don't know. There's certain parts that they keep me out so that if you did do something like that, I can honestly and truthfully say I don't know. I can get in a court of law. I can get on the stand and say I don't know. I'm not told that. I don't know who your leaks are. I'm not told that. Nobody wants to help you though. Everybody's sick of this. You don't have one name. Not even one name. I just named off a whole bunch of your people, right, Lucius, Sanjay, Beverly, Calvin. Calvin, they tell me you're bald and fat. And you piss everybody off. So we have information nobody else has. This is you're making this a fucking gold mine of evidence to convict you in a court of law. Right? And you need to make sure Judy has all the facts. Don't conceal a material fact from the deciding body. That's perjury. And we went over that. Right? U.S. Strong versus U.S. and all that. It's down here. I'll find it. The court cases where it says that you cannot conceal a material fact from the deciding body. When you have a duty to disclose it, and you know, the only reason you would conceal it is if you know it could change the outcome. Like my testimony for Mike Neely. You knew that what I had to say could exonerate him, could vindicate him. So you made sure I didn't get to testify, didn't you? And you did that on purpose. Right there. U.S. versus Strom. U.S. versus Freeland. Those are both court decidings on what constitutes perjury. You have a duty to disclose it. You intentionally, willfully conceal it from the deciding body, and it could change the outcome. Could or would. My testimony was intentionally concealed. When you went to Judge Hanson, you intentionally concealed the fact that I had to file a police report by law, that you don't have any evidence of a political vendetta, and there hadn't been any investigation to determine whether or not my police report was true or false. Those three things you intentionally concealed from him, right? What are you concealing from Judy? Our judge isn't putting up with it. But see, you don't know who they are, so you can't go in and badger and bully and threaten and bribe and threaten like you do to everybody else. That's why it's a need to know. Nobody's going to tell you shit. They're not going to tell anybody that they think it might even, there's any possibility that it could get to you and disrupt the integrity of their investigation. They're not going to do it. Not even Tulsa police can get in. Tulsa police can't get an answer. They ruined their deal when they gave my police report to the offender and then the result of that was obstruction of justice, perjury, destruction of evidence, deprivation of my liberty to coerce me. You wanted to coerce me. What did I do? Did I call and ask for you? Fuck no. And my attorney says they want you to lie. I said, tell them I said fuck you. Bye-bye. Anything else? I got a deputy in there. Everybody was sickened by what you were putting me through. You're not good for people's digestive system. So they went in. I go in and I meet with my attorney and I come back out and one of the deputies look at me and she goes, "You're gonna get to go home soon?" And I said, "Well, they want me to," and I'm trying to figure out how do I word this, because at this point I'm not exactly sure what side she's on, and I'm really being careful what I say. So I'm searching for how to word this. And I said, they want me to, and she goes, lie. And I said, yeah, and I'm not going to lie. So it might be a while. And she looked down and she shook her head and she goes, oh my God, I pray not. I can't believe they're putting you through this. I said, these are very bad people who do very bad things right here in your town. That's why I left. She was sick. We don't have problems getting information, Mr. Perry. You do. Give me one name of one guy. Quote one meeting. You fucking don't know what I just said, do you? Your reaction is always a fail. Like you have no fucking idea what I said or what it means. Or what it means that we have the information we have. You have no fucking idea how much trouble you're in. You're stupid and you're delusional. And it's getting on everybody's last nerve to have to deal with that. Nobody invited you here, sir. You can't control yourself. You're a slave to your desires, and your desires are disgusting. They're repulsive. They're deviant. They're illegal. And you're a slave to them. They own you. You're their bitch. You're impotent, and you're weak, and you're stupid. You're a rejected failure. Nobody wants around. You can't control shit. We control the information. We always have. It's been 10 years of this. You can't even control yourself. Right? A slave to your urges and to your sick desires. You're not sexy. You're not hot. You're repulsive. You're disgusting. You're a nothing. You're a nobody. You're pathetic. Nothing more pathetic than a little bitch who can't move on. Right? Your kind gets beat the fuck up in jail. Just know that. Right? One of the guys speculating, why is he still doing this when he keeps getting caught? Nothing else has come from what he does, but he gets caught. Cynthia hates him more by the day. Everybody's starting to get so tired. I mean, sometimes we get information in so much. Everybody's that mad at him, especially like at Christmas. He pissed people off. Sometimes we couldn't get to it all. All the stuff we were getting in. People talking. And he thinks that makes him a hero. He's a monster. So why would somebody keep doing the same thing to get some results they say they don't want for this long? One of the guys goes, I think he likes men. I think he wants to go to jail. I think he thinks it's going to be a big old man orgy. I really think that. And the other guy goes, what's going to happen? He's going to get the fuck beat out of him. Is what's going to happen. Because that's what those guys in jail, they do to people who hurt women and kids. It's not going to be a sex orgy. He's going to get the shit beat out of him. They're going to have to do solitary or something. His attorney, that's his attorney's problem. It's not mine. I don't have to worry about that. I don't care. I really don't. So let his attorney deal with it. But if he thinks it's going to be a big man sex, he's got some secret gay thing going on or something, maybe that's what he's after. I don't know. Why would somebody do the same thing every day to get you the same results you say you don't want? Why would anybody do that, David? If Charles is mentally ill and mentally retarded, legit diagnosed, what is your excuse? What is your excuse, Calvin? What is your excuse, Lucius? Who do you think you're fooling? Gold mine with this crap. Did you call Sheriff? Make sure you call Sheriff Reed and don't waste his time again. What, he's waiting for me out there, or got a guy waiting for me or something. I'm not coming. It's too dangerous right now. I won't be out there. So what'll happen is the money that you cost me tonight that I could have made, they'll deal with that in court. You'll have to deal with that in court. If there's restitution or something, there's a lot of investigatory jobs, and that depending on how bad the crime is, if you're looking in my bank accounts, they're not going to pay me right now. They can't, because then you'll be able to trace them through my pay. In the meantime, I'm expected to find a job and work and make money and take care of myself. And anytime you impede that, that is still my money. That is still money that I worked for, that you impeded, that I have the right to get back from you. So they have an accountant that is keeping track of all that. Okay? In court, you'll have to deal with all this in your criminal case. Remember, the judge said, we are seeking facts. I'm not going to make a fool of myself. My name's on my work. My name's on what I okay and what I say yes to. That's my reputation, and I'm not going to have to explain anything later. If somebody makes a mistake, please let me know immediately. Mistakes happen, but make sure you tell me immediately. I'm not going to be Judge Judy over there in Podunk Lubbock, factually ignorant. That's not going to be me. Which, by the way, we discovered that because I'm making sure I'm not factually ignorant. Okay? So I'm going to end it with that, Mr. Perry. Marler versus Clover says you got to have a police report if you want to get a protective order in the state of Oklahoma. And you knew that. Curry versus Streeter says that a lady filed for a protective order against a police officer who threatened her actually while dropping kids off at school. The court said it's not, you don't need a protective order because it was a one-time incident. It has to be a pattern of harassment. And the officer, they denied the protective order, but they did state that a police officer out of jurisdiction and off duty does not have qualified immunity. So if you're a cop, make sure you remember that. Sutherland versus Zimmerman is on Discovery Act of Oklahoma. Patel versus OMH is on 12-1031s. And so, there you go. I think that Employers Mutual versus Bartile Roofs is the 10th Circuit's decision on who has jurisdiction when there's multi-states. One company was incorporated in like California, one is incorporated in like Utah. The work was done in like Colorado, and somebody fucked it up. So you got employers. I think I don't remember the exact states. I'm just giving you the general. I think it's something like this. I want to say Employers Mutual was incorporated in like California, so you got California jurisdiction maybe where this company is incorporated and domiciled. You got Bartile Roofs in like Utah or wherever they were, where they're incorporated, and so that state would have jurisdiction over a domiciled corporation who's going to be sued. They were the defendant. Employers Mutual was the insurance company, and they had to pay for the lawsuit against Bartile Roofs, and decided they didn't want to pay for it. They were going to go after Bartile Roofs and make them pay for their own fuck up. And they were their professional liability insurance company. The actual injury was in like Colorado or something, I could have that backwards. It might be that one of them was incorporated in Colorado. The injury happened in California. It might be, I might have that backwards. But the general gist is the 10th Circuit decided that where the injury occurred is where the trial would happen, where the state that had jurisdiction. So I've used that in many an argument. It's a prior decision. You do case precedents. This, what's been decided is already decided. And here we are. We got a case that the injury occurred in Tulsa, and yet somehow it ends up in Judge Cummings' court in Lubbock, where they all take him duck hunting, and the whole thing gets dismissed with no hearing that I'm ever in. And the burden of proof is on me. Everybody's pissed about that, Mr. Perry. They totally expected you to make that right with me, you and Matt. So when you didn't, we got a lot more intel on your crime. Think about when the information about your sex trafficking and sex exploitation starts coming out. When you did the crime to me, you dumb fuck. So I'm the gold mine, right? I'm happy to be that. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. Nice to meet you, criminal. He'd be proud of me.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.